Welcome into the Paul Farrington Show, a Viking reaction show. Finally, Ziggy, we finally get to the Vikings. We've been talking about Caleb Williams being awesome all day, talking about Jordan Love, 65-yard touchdown on the third freaking play of the game. And after doing those videos, suffering through those two, we finally get to talk some Vikings football.
It's our team now.
It's our team. It's our time now. 24-23 win for the Vikings in this one. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. We really appreciate it. I forgot to do the intro on the other two reactions. I'm realizing, the Packers show that's going to get all the views. I totally forgot to do any sort of CTA here.
Who cares? They know the drill.
You know what? Yeah, everyone knows the drill. I'm not even going to get into it. We appreciate everyone who's a member. We appreciate everyone for listening. So we'll just jump right into it here. On the first drive, we're really going to focus on the offense here because that's why everyone's here, right? They want to talk to JJ McCarthy. We'll get there in just 1 second. I did want to say off the top of the show, I thought Sam Darnold looked pretty sharp on that. One drive when it wound up stalling out on a 4th and goal attempt where an incomplete pass to Jalen Naylor that was really close. I actually thought he was going to come down with that, but I was impressed with the limited action we saw from Sam Darnold. Made a couple really nice throws, looked accurate. He took a hit on one and put it on the sideline. I was pleased with the performance from Sam. Would you echo that?
Yeah, Sam Darnold, he looked solid. It's preseason, and Sam Darnold has been.
That didn't sound promising.
He's been around long enough in the NFL that you don't have to think much about preseason. We've seen enough games out of him that you have an idea of the player he is. Like, if I'm going to be honest, like Sam Darnold in preseason, it just doesn't move me one way or another. I don't feel like there's a lot to see. The guys around him, I'm paying attention to. There's a lot. JJ McCarthy, there's a lot. But like, I'm not trying to throw water on the fire here. But when a guy's been in the NFL as long as Sam Darnold has, as weird as that sounds to say, I don't know.
I actually disagree with you a little bit, Ziggy, in that I'm paying attention to Sam Darnold throughout. I don't know how much he'll play throughout the preseason, but new look, new team, new coordinator, working with Kevin O'Connell. I think he's a really smart mind. Obviously, Aaron Jones isn't playing. Justin Jefferson's not playing. TJ Hockenson isn't back yet. So the full form of this Vikings offense, we're not really going to see it till Hockenson's back. And who knows, maybe that's October, whenever he recovers from the ACL. But I actually am watching Sam Darnold closely because I think that, we're seeing him in a new environment, and I want to see him succeed immediately. Even though we have a lot of footage on Sam Darnold's career, I think this is going to wind up being the best environment he's ever been in his career. And that, that gives him an opportunity. There are very, very talented people in many industries who, if you're just in a bad situation, I don't care how good you are, sometimes that's going to sink you. There are very few people who are able to lift up an entire organization or lift up whatever they're doing, music, whatever career you're doing. So I'm excited for the Sam Darnold future. I think he'll actually play well and could hold on to the job all year long. It's just a matter of, how much can we win in those first 7 games that we've talked about how difficult that stretch is.
No, I agree. I just don't think you're getting a lot of information on that in the preseason.
Yeah, that's fair. We've said in the past 2 reaction videos today, it is still preseason. So,
well, it's different when it's a player's first NFL snaps, right? When it's the only data you've got, you can get something out of it. But I think about this sometimes, sometimes guys are in preseason games against teams they started against the previous year, right? You look like Bryce Young. He's going to be playing against some teams that he started against the last year and played a full game against. Are you really going to focus more on the preseason games?
No, you're totally right. And that's where people are going to be commenting, oh, preseason, like move on, guys.
But some things do come out in preseason. Like you get to learn who the new Vikings wide receiver 3 is.
Oh, yeah, yes. I'm assuming you're talking about Tristan Jackson. He was awesome today.
Oh, yeah. And I will say this. I know you can't do it during the season, but watching Vikings games with Justin Jefferson on the sideline commentating and just yelling every play. But it's clear in the building they respect Tristan a whole bunch.
Well, Jefferson said, it's funny. We'll get to JJ McCarthy in a second. I know everyone's probably waiting to hear the JJ McCarthy updates, as that is what we titled this video. But in that room, Justin Jefferson was talking about how talented their receiving room is beyond just him and Jordan Addison. And I'm going to count Hockenson when he gets back. He is that third, honestly, probably second option for the team. But while he's out, we need someone like Jalen Nailor or Tristan Jackson. We'll see if he winds up winning that job. I think it's going to be Nailor, honestly, out of all these guys. I'd be pretty surprised if it wasn't him. But
Jackson's making a case.
Well, Jackson and Nailor both had great days today, and it's nice to see that, because in today's NFL, you really do need that third receiver. If you have two, it's awesome. Of course, anyone would take two great receivers. Everyone will. But that third guy, it's an important role. I mean, as we turn into more and more of a passing league, you need more. The more weapons, the better. So I was really happy with Tristan Jackson and Jalen Nailor today. Jackson with the big touchdown catch. Why don't we get into JJ McCarthy finally?
Here's what Justin Jefferson had to say about JJ McCarthy, right? He said, "This is the most frustrating part of the game because there's ups and there's downs, and you just have to learn to live with it." And today, as Vikings fans,
a lot of ups, a lot of downs.
Yeah, the box score doesn't quite show it, right? You're going to see on Twitter, like JJ McCarthy was like 11 for 19, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Like it looked pretty good. Sorry, it was 11 for 17, 188 yards. But that, I think, doesn't quite capture the day. There were some plays where he looked great, right? He had that bomb touchdown pass. He had a few good throws. On the other hand, he started awful. There was a play that really should have been a fumble, I think, but they ruled it arm going forward. But it was clear he didn't know a defender was behind him and got lucky. It was an inconsistent day, which I think is probably what we expected. But the thing to look forward to, I think, as a Vikings fans, he started 1 for 3, 19 yards and an interception, and afterwards went 10 for 14, 200 yards, 2 touchdowns.
That's what, obviously, that's what we're going to pay attention to. Where when he's the start to the game, overthrow and the pick out of his first 3 attempts. That's when, again, I wasn't watching live. I came back and watched a little later. I'm getting updates from you and our buddy Will Coots, big Vikings fan. And you're just like, not good. And I just put my head in my hands and went, are you kidding me? And I think,
of course, right? Everyone looks good,
right?
Except us. So that would be the day.
And that was just kind of my big fear, was that JJ was going to come out and just be horrendous. And after the start, of course it's preseason. Remember, CJ Stroud didn't look great in his first game against the Patriots too. But what I loved that JJ did today is that every single time he did, make a big mistake, pretty much that closer mentality of, flush it and move on. And then he did make a great play almost every time in the near immediate aftermath. I believe he had 5 drives on the day. That's what I have written down here.
Yeah.
The first one, the interception, then we scored, or we're in scoring position on 3 of the next 4. One of them was a blocked field goal. The rest were touchdowns. Kene Nwangwu, by the way, awesome day for him. He's such an exciting player to watch. We'll see how much he gets used this season. But back to JJ, yeah, and even after the fumble, I thought it was a fumble as well on the on his 5th and final drive of the day. But he responds to that with the touchdown pass to Trent Sherfield, and that was when Jefferson was freaking out. Awesome to see. If you're a Viking fan, go watch it. My main takeaway was, again, I said lots of ups, lots of downs, but I thought from maybe the end of the second quarter on, he was awesome. And I was really pleased with the performance today, especially given the start.
Yeah, I mean, the thing you took JJ McCarthy for more than anything else was his mentality, right? A guy who can step in, keep his cool, deliver the ball, and eventually, even if things go wrong at the beginning, keep it together. And I know, winning a preseason game, who cares? But if at a certain point, like, these guys play to win, right? They want to win games.
I think to some degree it does matter. Just to a tiny degree, it does matter.
I mean, anything that builds momentum in the room and keeps guys feeling good, I'm okay with. And if JJ McCarthy had mentally lost his mind after that interception, we would not have won the game. No question about it.
Oh, there's a world where after that first interception, it gets ugly for JJ McCarthy. And that second drive where it ended with the Nwangwu 48-yard touchdown run. I thought that he responded well. Even on that drive, he had a nice throw to Jackson earlier on it. I was pleased with the takeaway, and the scrambling was also nice. But one thing, please, JJ, just go down. It's preseason. Just slide.
I get that you're a competitor. Come on, man.
Yeah, he had a couple really nice runs, scrambled for first downs. There was the one where he took the hit in the pocket earlier I believe it was on the 3rd drive, near sack, and he kind of spun out of it. Nwangwu. Was it Nwangwu or Chandler? Whoever was in it, running back, got blown up, and JJ got out. Made a nice play, and I love that he wants to take the hits and dive in for yards. But in preseason, I'm watching our rookie quarterback, our number 10 overall pick, to please go down. Just go down.
No, if you get a concussion and lose 2 weeks of practice,
yeah, that's
worse.
Detrimental. So again, everything about the JJ McCarthy mentality, the teammate side of him, I think it's awesome, and he's an easy guy to support. And then overall, in terms of football player, I liked what I saw today. And you have to remember, no Justin Jefferson, no TJ Hockenson, no Aaron Jones. Arguably our 3 best playmakers that we'll have this season. So when those guys are on the field, it's just different.
And he had Jordan Addison had 1 reception. He was barely out there.
Yeah, Jordan Addison didn't really do anything either. So that's part of this. It's preseason. It's second.
But as much as people want to come out and say it's preseason, right? I mean, he looked better than Aiden O'Connell and Gardner Minshew.
Oh yeah, no, he
everyone. Good. We were talking with Jack about this, and Jack said preseason's not a big deal. Guys aren't really trying. These guys are trying. They are working their hardest, either to cement their spot on the roster or to try and make, like, everybody wants to do well in the preseason. And if you do well, that means you are beating guys who are at least close to the NFL level at trying their hardest.
100% agree with you. No, this was a day that I look back on now and I'm going, okay, like after that start, it could have been a nightmare, but I am happy with the performance we got. And I'm excited. I really like that we saw a large chunk of the game was JJ McCarthy. Basically, the end of the middle first quarter through the fourth or third?
Yeah, up to the fourth. Yeah. I mean, they're using this as practice form, which is what it should be.
And I love giving him the reps. Thought he looked good. Like,
there was one moment they didn't give him a rep and it bothered me. It was closing out the first half. There was an opportunity for a 2-minute drill and they just let it go. That made them more likely to win the game. I agree. But I think giving your rookie quarterback experience in an NFL situation against a team 2-minute drill is worthwhile. But you do what you do. I get it.
Maybe there were 6 drives. Maybe I didn't write anything down for that one.
It was hardly a drive.
But yeah, no, overall in the day, I walk away pretty happy, Ziggy. I'm excited. I think that there's a future here. I'm not gonna say anything like that, but I feel good after one preseason game with the play.
He didn't suck.
He didn't. At least
suck. There's that.
He didn't suck. That could be.
And the Vikings thing would be he comes out and just sucks. So I'll take it.
Yeah, no, it was awesome, and it'll be so fun to get Jefferson out. Justin Jefferson is just. Watching the training camp videos of him, dude's just
he's good. He's good at football.
He's pretty good.
One other little thing. Please.
Yeah.
It's every year for the Minnesota Vikings on defense, there is an undrafted free agent that ends up becoming a productive player. I think we might have found out today who it's going to be in Bo Richter.
Yeah. I mean, he had a good day today. What he had with 6 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, a sack, 4 solo tackles. Just going through his numbers here. That's a position that I personally feel like we need some guys to step up at linebacker. I know we've made some moves. We brought in Cashman and Pace had a good rookie season, but that's a group that as a whole, our whole defense our D-line, I feel solid about.
You can always use good rotational players at linebacker and edge.
But honestly, most of our defense, the more I think about it, like D-tackle, I'm still a little I'm not really sold there. I like our defensive ends. I like Dallas Turner. I like Jonathan Grenard. But outside of that, we need guys to step up. And the impact that Ivan Pace made last year was huge. So if we have anything like that from Bo, that'll put a smile on my face. So you're right. Hopefully we'll see. We'll have to see how the preseason.
I mean, I always. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you froze.
No, I was just saying, I always like the guys from military academies. He's from Air Force. They're always tough. They're always willing to be physical in the run game. You need reliable contributors like that. If I were a GM for an NFL team, this is why I could never be a GM. I would just sign like 10 military academy undrafted free agents every single year and hope one of them pans out.
Ziggy and I were getting in a fight before we started recording because Stephon Gilmore's visiting the Vikings on Monday. And I was excited about that because I think our secondary can use any help it can get. And Ziggy's going, yeah, there's a reason why he's a free agent, Paul. And you seem very down.
A free agent in August.
Yeah, I don't care. I think he's better than everything we have, and we need help in the secondary.
Well, if he signs with us, we can make a reaction video and talk about it. How about that?
Stephon Gilmore to Vikings. That's big news, man. That could be the Super Bowl worthy signing of the offseason. All right, we'll wrap it up there with Stephon Gilmore. Vikings 24, Raiders 23. Nice to get a win on the board early. Get used to it, Vikings fans. They'll come early and often this season. Whether it's
you can't make promises we're not going to keep. Let's be honest.
Ziggy, I'm going to try for this season, and I didn't start well with the Caleb Williams and Jordan Love videos. I'm going to try and be an optimist.
What are we going to go 13-4 like Jack said?
I'm not going to say 13. I'm going to be realistic, but that's a problem with the Vikings, isn't it? Optimism and realism don't really go hand in hand often. But I'm going to try it this year. I'm trying to be an optimist and turn my attitude in a positive direction from the typical negativity I have about my team. Which
I'll keep the negativity going.
Yeah, sure, right. I'm thinking maybe this is the reason we haven't won in so long. Maybe it's just there's just horrible energy around the Viking fan base. You walk through the Minnesota airport, there are shirts that say like, someday it will be our time. And it's just, like our shirt, Black Cloud franchise. So much negativity in this fan base. Even though, again, best fans in football, like die for our team kind of guys. But at the same time, we are a pretty negative group. So we'll try and turn it around one fan at a time.
You'll try and turn it around.
I'll try and turn it around.
I'm not going to get hurt by this team again. It's not going to happen.
You've been a fan for like 3 years. I'm not going to get hurt by this team.
I've been hurt. I've been
a Viking fan.
A fan of this team for 3 years. How many years have they hurt me, Paul? One, two, three.
Now you sound like a Viking fan. This might be like the first time I'm like, all right, that is exactly what a Viking fan would say. I'm not doing this again. Just wait. By third preseason game, you're going to be going like, oh my God, Darnold might be really good, Paul. And I'm going to go, I know.
I'm not doing this, Paul. We're ending the show here.
All right. We'll see you guys. We'll be back on Tuesday with a bigger preseason week 1 reaction video. And this is what a start to the season. What a start to the 2024 season. This is
football is back. I mean, we are seeing awesome starters for teams we care about playing football games.
Yep.
Roll Tide.
Yep. Let's go. No, Roll Tide. All right. See you later.
T is lowercase.